This is time to hear you howl for your Minnesota Timberwolves.
No, this is not the Kids' Choice Awards.
Yeah.
Or the secret of the ooze.
Green slime out there, baby.
This is beautiful, Jim Pete. Don't go safe. You have too many grays out there. Give me crazy. I like the green. Edwards open for three. Gets some scoring started.
Action was heating up in the Emirates NBA Cup. The Houston Rockets traveled to the Twin Cities looking for their third consecutive win in the tournament that would guarantee them a spot in the quarterfinals. The Timberwolves were experiencing the most successful and promising era of basketball in the franchise's history. Edwards and Gobert headed a long and athletic roster that had just reached the Western Conference Finals behind an intimidating and almost unsolvable defensive game plan. There were indications, however, that the peak of this team was only a brief one and that they were already on the decline in the increasingly competitive Western Conference. The team's ownership is still unclear as a legal battle between Glen Taylor and legendary shortstop Alex Rodriguez continues. Over the summer, the team parted ways with Karl Anthony Towns, a player described by his teammates and himself as the best shooting big man in the history of the NBA. This was an obvious cost-cutting move and they were struggling to adjust with Cat's replacement, Julius Randle, continuing to play the only way he knows how. The new-look Wolves were just 8-8 on the season and looked far from the dominant team that grabbed the basketball world's attention during the 2024 playoffs.
On the baseline now, picks up his dribble. Jalen Green, the blow-by and the easy lay-in, and Chris Finch calls time.
The team had recently suffered a 14-year playoff drought but had achieved moderate success when Kevin Garnett dragged them to a 6-game defeat to the 2004 Los Angeles Lakers in that year's Western Conference Finals after 7 consecutive years of first-round playoff exits. Between 1989 and 1997, the Rockets were 30-11 over the young Minnesota franchise. All-time, Houston holds a dominant 90-53 advantage over the Timberwolves, but in recent years, during the rebuild, Minnesota have regularly gotten the better of the Houston Rockets.
Pocket pass, Gobert rejected! What a swat by Smith.
It's good play. Put 2 on the ball.
The 2024 Cup game played between the Rockets and Timberwolves appeared as if it was going to live up to the hype during the first half. The players and crowd brought an intensity that is usually reserved for the postseason, helping create an electric atmosphere that Ime Udoka's young team fed off of.
Another look there at the West Group A standings. Again, the Wolves not entirely out of it. but they need to win this ball game, win on Friday.
Marriage Sprite was to all, and to all a good Sprite.
Get out of the way.
Was that Anthony Edwards in a Christmas Sprite commercial?
We'll get out of the way for Ant. Oh, man, that was great.
A former Rockets player sat in the commentary booth for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Jim Peterson, who the Rockets drafted out of Minnesota in 1984, played his first 4 seasons in Houston.
My role is to play 20 minutes a game, come in and rebound, hit the open jump shot, be a hustler, a tough defender.
As the primary backup for the Twin Towers, Peterson saw frequent playing time filling in for the often injured Sampson and the frequently suspended or ejected Hakeem. His competent play when replacing one of the team's stars earned him the nickname, the Ivory Tower. He retired from basketball in 1992 and began his broadcast career in radio in 1998 and has now been with the Timberwolves broadcast team for over 20 years.
Jim P, what do you got?
Well, thank you, Katie. You got to value the possession. I mean, that's one of the things that Minnesota has to do virtually on the season. And so, 7 turnovers in that second quarter, 9 in the first half, 12 points off turnovers was a problem. And three-point defense, they gave up 10 threes to a team that doesn't make a lot of threes. So a lot of those came in kind of broken floor situations. So you got to match up and get a little bit more contest on those shots. And then also, the hustle plays are going to win this game because Houston is a team that dominates the hustle point columns each and every night. So, they may not shoot, Michael, the greatest here in the second half, Houston, but they are going to compete until the end of this game. They are going to offensive rebound the basketball, and they are going to defend you at a high rate.
Şengün getting in his bag. Randle inside. No, the follow slam by Rudy Gobert.
It's a hard job.
Şengün has it batted away, recovers and scores.
After a quiet first half, Alperen Şengün repeatedly went at Rudy Gobert to begin the third quarter, keeping momentum on the side of the Houston Rockets.
He's a scorer on the roll, and he's done that here in the quarter. He's got that unorthodox style. He's got a great touch, and he's got great footwork, and he's putting it on display here in the third quarter against Rudy Gobert.
Serving it up on a platter. Highlight for Jalen Green. Rockets up by 12. Long way to go. Anthony Edwards puts it in. Randle. No good. Here's Van Vliet the other way. Rockets trying to add to their advantage. Brooks has been hot all game. Making a statement here at Target Center. It is 80-64. Jim Pete, we all know that Dillon Brooks is an agitator. Let's flash back to the summer. Team USA, Dillon Brooks just like walking right in front of Anthony Edwards during the media scrum. And Edwards' reaction is Brooks. He's been ridiculous on both ends. Another one. Dillingham got a 3.
I love it.
Can that be a spark? Edwards over to Gobert. Clock winding down. Reed, money!
As the third quarter was coming to an end, Timberwolves rookie Rob Dillingham, a former teammate of Reed Shepherd's at Kentucky, sparked a run that helped Minnesota get back into the game as the fourth quarter got underway. Alperen Şengün was still causing Rudy Gobert problems as the two teams went back and forth down the stretch.
And now it's Şengün. Going at Gobert. Fades and hits.
When Finchie finds a lineup that works, he tends to stick with it. Naz Reid out here now for a fair amount of time. Does Julius Randle come back soon?
Here comes Randle off the bench. Again, Randle has gotten the better of that matchup with Şengün. Going at Fred VanVleet. On the drive, the blow by, and he got the roll.
And I got to say, I mean, it's been the rookie that kind of changed the complexion of this game. When Minnesota was getting blown, he came into the game and changed the energy as Ant knocks down the free throw to give Minnesota the lead.
First lead for Minnesota since the 8:26 mark of the second quarter. Floater, it drops. It's Rob Dillingham's night. Minnesota on an 8-0 run. Lid is on the basket for the Rockets. Şengün over to VanVleet, sets the beat. Finally, the Rockets get a three. It's a 2-point ball game. This one not over yet. Trying to get out of trouble, lost it. Stripped by Thompson, down the lane. Thompson tied it up. All tied up, 102 all. Dillingham, the hezzy, and an offensive foul is called. They wave it off. Murat Kogut all over it. And now the Rockets with a major opportunity here. Around the Şengün screen, pocket pass, Şengün swatted out of there by Gobert. No timeout, under 10 to go. Edwards with the rock against Brooks. On the attack, down the lane, puts it up, off glass, no! Loose ball, and we're going to overtime.
Wow.
McDaniels knocked down on a hard screen. Thompson ties it up in the corner. Rockets can take back the lead. VanVleet to Smith, got the lay-in. Rockets back on top by 2. Şengün puts it up, wild shot. 7-0 Rockets run. Brooks puts it up with the left. It's been a tremendous ball game. Şengün looking for a backbreaker, got the bounce.
I mean, that's, if you're Rudy Gobert, you got to take that, remember that, put that in the memory bank. Because we're still going to see Houston a bunch more this season. This is just the first meeting.
About this Rocket team. You see, for a young team, this could be a great confidence builder if they find a way to continue to advance and win this cup.
Alfred Şengün is one of my favorite power forwards in the league, even though he plays center at time. Tremendous feet work, plays with a lot of confidence. Ume Udoka's done a great job of teaching them how to play like a team. You know, last year was, Jalen and whoever. Now they're moving the ball. Everybody's getting their fair amount of shots, and they're playing very well.